Hi everyone. This is going to be a short video, probably. It's my deluxe normal tier list. Again, personal DP difficulty. We only have 17 here, I believe, so it was kind of hard to rank them since they're all newer, so I've had the 50k average for all of the release dates of these, but some really are tough, so I guess first off in the 1-star, they're just two really easy ones. She Will Be Loved and Young, Dumb, and Broke. They're both pretty good charts, surprisingly, but really easy. I sight read them both. Well, I sight read most deluxe normals, or at least a good number of them, but some are tougher than others, obviously. So, yeah, these two are just really easy, not much to say. And then the 2-stars. Again, harder than the 1s, but still easy. Hold Me Closer, our first deluxe normal ever. This one I also sight read. I thought it was pretty easy, even being like a year ago. And I've reperfected it many times. I've also been hold sick though, thank goodness not on my sight read. That would have been annoying. But yeah, and obviously all deluxe normals are normal to normal, so you really can't find much difficulty in the majority of them. ABC Nicer. Yeah, I sight read this too. I thought it was definitely more challenging. Almost thought about putting it at a 3. But still not like memorably challenging. And then, well, it has some swipes in it. All of these have some swipes in them, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, not that bad. The 3-stars, again, pretty middle of the road. But not as bad as the 5 or 6s. And the 4s are like on the challenging side, but again, not as bad. So Move On was actually a really complex and fun one. Pretty memorable, but yeah, I sight read it and it wasn't that difficult. Probably easier to DP than the standard, because I didn't sight read that. But I don't know. Neither were that hard. Swang, which I also sight read. I thought it was probably more difficult than the standard, or maybe about the same. I think it's fun regardless. Actually, a really good chart, although obviously slow. Flows really well, in my opinion. This Is War. Also sight read this. The 4-stars where we get to the ones I didn't sight read. But yeah, this one was definitely on the tougher side. I almost thought about putting it at a 4. Tricky parts, and I almost didn't sight read it, but I kept it together. Tricky rhythms, some real hold swipes, some parts that feel a little off, but another fun chart. And same with Wolf Cry, I sight read it as well. This one actually is down hold swipes. I believe it's the only deluxe normal to have down hold swipes. But yeah, another good chart. It has really good rail holds too. They're really satisfying and they flow really well with the song. Really chill song, so I was happy to see such a good deluxe chart. Especially since it had to be normal to normal. The 4-stars, again, not as bad as the 5 and 6s, but on the tough side. So Malibu, would have sight read this, but I got like 49,986, and that's the main reason I put it more towards the top. It's easy to get hold ticked on those real hold swipes. Gotta swipe those late. And I also kept doing it with the wrong thumb. Yeah, I'm right-handed, but it's still hard to reach over from the left lane without using your left thumb. Really, another really fun deluxe chart though, surprisingly. Pretty complex as well. Radioactive. I sight read this, but I thought it was tough, especially the ending. It has a little bit of a different cut. And I think it had like I can't remember, it might have had like some jacks in it. Regardless, really fun deluxe normal. Don't Speak, however, is definitely my favorite deluxe normal. Super fun. Also sight read it. But it ended up in the 4-star because, again, an extended cut and a little bit tricky. But yeah, just such a good chart. Such a good chart. I actually like the standard too, but it's not as memorable. This one is just incredible. Very fun. Bad Habits. I don't think I sight read this. It has some jacks during the choruses, I think. It goes like, after my bad habits. I don't know what the lyrics are, but my bad habits. Wait, how do you tap that? I think it goes 5 times, so like maybe 4 times. I don't know, but some jacks regardless. And yeah, quite an upgrade from the standard though, which I thought was pretty boring and not memorable. But it was fun. It was a pretty good chart. The 5 stars. This one was hard because I don't know. I don't know why, honestly. But again, on the high end, but not anything like the 6s. Well, not as bad at least. So It Must Be Love, I think it's called, the Madness song. This one kind of surprised me. It has a lot of tricky parts and also an extended cut, but another very good chart. I think some micro doubles, and then an awkward diagonal swipe, but it's not as bad when you're right-handed. I don't know what you'd call it, but the micro doubles are during that piano part that has a weird noise in it. I don't know how to describe that part of the song, but it goes like micro doubles and then a diagonal swipe. But yeah. It sounded like I just tapped 3 times, but the third was meant to be a swipe. Anyway, Riptide. I didn't sight read this one. I thought it was. Well, I sight read Madness if I didn't already say that, but I didn't sight read Riptide. It has some double micro tiles in it, single lane jacks. I don't know if they would even be jacks because there are just 2 of them, but in the final stage, it's a bit of an extended cut, and that's really what makes it a tough normal chart. Another really fun one, but yeah, quite difficult. The rest of it is really chill, just like the song itself, and fun overall. The 6 stars, I actually ended up with 3 in here. And I don't know, it's kind of hard. Again, when you only have 17 in their normals, it's kind of hard to pick 6 stars, but I definitely ended up with something I'm happy with. So, Black Hole. I thought the extended cut was the tough part here. That seems to be a thing with deluxe normals or even deluxes in general. The extended cut is what throws the challenge in, or the extra challenge. Yeah, it was just really hard to stay on beat. It's not weirdly synced, I don't think, but they're like jacks with rail holds, and there are a lot of them too. That almost took away my 50K average, to be honest. It was challenging. And same with Walking on a Dream, which I think has the highest note count for normal at, it's definitely 500 something, I think 522, which is crazy. And another really challenging one that almost took away my 50K average. So annoying, but really good chart. Same with Black Hole. And yeah, easily could have been in at least a simple deluxe hard. But yeah, I do enjoy it now that it's all over. And Busy Earnin', which took me like all day to DP. Really tricky one. It's a really good deluxe normal though. I have a lot that I like, but I think Don't Speak is my favorite, and this is my second favorite. Really great swipes. Like, it doesn't feel like a normal chart at times. And then the choruses, if you will, are just can be really tricky. But yeah, surprisingly, they usually do pretty well with the deluxe normals. They're usually more fun than you would expect. But still, we don't prefer to get a bunch of them. So, yeah, again, pretty short, but I wanted to separate the tier lists because combining them can be confusing. Like, if I would have combined the normal ones, I would have been like in the 1-star row, or how would you say this? In the 1-star row, we have Young, Dumb, and Broke and ABC Nicer Deluxe. Something along those lines. Even though I put it in, well, I don't know. But yeah, it would just be really confusing. So I wanted to separate them. And still over 10 minutes long, so it's decent. But anyway, that is my deluxe normal tier list. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next one, which will be longer. Bye.